What's up, ballers? Welcome back to EJA Ball. So it's about that time of the year that the NBA is now allowing their fans to vote for the 2019 All-Star starters. So today I'm going to be taking you through my thought process on who should be starting for the All-Star teams. But before we get started, like this video in 5 seconds for Taco Fall to get traded to your favorite team. And if you could, please subscribe. I'm doing an NBA jersey giveaway at 1,000 subscribers, so if you want a chance to win an NBA jersey of your choice, all you gotta do is subscribe. But that's enough for the self-promotion. Let's get into this video. Alright, so the way I'm going to be voting is I'm going to be voting for the players that I think deserve the spots the most. I'm not going to be voting for my favorite players if they do not deserve it, but you are more than welcome to just vote for your favorite players. In fact, I just remembered this. Back when Zaza Pachulia was playing for the Warriors, he got voted as an All-Star starter one year. The All-Star starters are determined by a combination of fan, media, and player votes, so he didn't actually end up making the All-Star starters. Alright, that's enough of that. Let's get into this voting. Alright, so I'm going to be starting with the East, and I'm going to be starting with the backcourt. As you can see here, the backcourt players you can choose from. So this pick might be a little controversial, but for my first pick, I'm going to be selecting Trey Young, and here's why. Trey Young is averaging an amazing 28.5 points per game, which is the 4th highest in the league, and 8.3 assists per game on 44.4% shooting and 38.8% shooting from deep. You look at the stats of this guy and think, he must be one of the top NBA superstars. The only thing that makes this pick controversial is the current record of the Hawks. The Hawks are currently 7-27, making them the worst team in the entire league. All things considered, I believe that Trey still deserves the All-Star starting nod. Trey's not surrounded by nearly enough talent to be able to start winning. Trey has voiced his worries to the organization, and they have promised to get him better talent. Unfortunately for Trey, the Hawks are in the middle of a rebuild. They will need to hit in the lottery this upcoming offseason and hopefully be able to get a top pick like James Wiseman or Anthony Edwards to pair alongside him. But you can't argue with those stats, so that's why he is one of my picks for the Eastern backcourt. Alright, so for my next backcourt pick, I'm going to be selecting Kemba Walker, and here's why. Kemba Walker has been playing great this season, averaging 22.5 points per game and 5.2 assists per game on 43% shooting and 39.7% shooting from 3. Kemba has been leading the team he was traded to in the offseason, the Boston Celtics, to an Eastern Conference second best 22-8. Kemba was an All-Star starter last season when he was still with the Charlotte Hornets. He has gelled very well with his new team early on. One very underlooked part of Kemba's game is his ability to make the players around him better. His teammate Jason Tatum is averaging a career-high 21.2 points per game, over 5 points more than what he averaged last year. His teammate Jaylen Brown is also averaging a career-high 20.6 points per game, more than 7 points better than he did last season. It is for these reasons why I believe that Kemba Walker deserves an All-Star starting slot. Alright, so now that we have our backcourt with Trey Young and Kemba Walker, it's time to pick our front court, consisting of Eastern centers and forwards. So here's the selections that we could choose from. Alright, so with my first Eastern front court pick, I'm going to be selecting Pascal Siakam, and here's why. Spicy P is averaging career-high averages around the board, with impressive averages of 25.1 points per game and 8 rebounds per game on 45.7% shooting and 39.2% shooting from deep. He is coming off of a season where he won Most Improved Player, and honestly, he could be in the talks to win this award again. He is averaging a career high in points, rebounds, assists, steals, blocks, free throws taken a game, free throw percentage, 3-point field goal percentage, and minutes. The only stat that is not a career high for him is his field goal percentage, but that's because he's taking 9 more shots per game than he did last season. Spicy P has also been a monster on defense. He has led the Raptors alongside Kyle Lowry to a current record of 24-9, making them the 4th seed, even after losing their superstar from last year, Kawhi Leonard. These numbers are outstanding, and I am so happy to see Pascal consistently improve. Alright, so we now have 2 more selections for our Eastern front court. For my next pick, I'm actually not going to be selecting Joel Embiid or Jason Tatum. I'm actually going to be selecting Jimmy Butler, and here's why. Jimmy is averaging an impressive 20.5 points per game, 6.7 assists per game, and 6.6 rebounds per game, on 42.6% shooting and 27.6% shooting from deep. What is most impressive of all of this is he has led his new team, the Miami Heat, to a record of 24-9, which would currently have them at the 3rd seed. Jimmy, alongside the improvements of his Miami teammates, has brought a team that did not even make the playoffs last season to a team that is a top seed in the East this season. Jimmy is a beast of an on-ball defender, a great leader, and it is for these reasons that I am picking Jimmy Butler for an All-Star starting slot. Alright, so for my last Eastern selection, I'm going to be selecting my Eastern captain, the Greek freak, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and here's why. Giannis is undeniably having an amazing season, averaging 30.3 points per game, which is second highest in the league, 20.8 rebounds per game, and 5.7 assists per game, on 55.5% shooting and 32.7% shooting from deep. Giannis is averaging those amazing numbers, but what is most impressive is he has led the Milwaukee Bucks to a league best record of 30-5. We have seen them beat the likes of the Rockets, Clippers, and Lakers. We are watching Giannis have the greatest season he has ever played. The Greek freak has shown that he is the most dominant player in the paint and the scariest player in the open court. Giannis is a great on-ball defender and shot blocker. He has continued to get better every single season. This was an obvious pick, and it is for these reasons why Giannis is my Eastern Conference captain. Alright, so now that we have our Eastern All-Stars with our captain Giannis, Trey Young, Kemba Walker, Pascal Siakam, and Jimmy Butler, it's time to go to our Western. Alright, so I'm going to be starting with the backcourt again for the West. Alright, so here's the selections that we can choose from, but this is pretty easy. My first pick for the backcourt is going to go ahead and be James Harden, and here's why. Harden has been nothing short of sensational offensively, averaging a league highest 38.3 points per game, 7.5 assists per game, and 5.9 rebounds per game, on 45.8% shooting and 37.8% shooting from 3. Harden has led the Rockets alongside his new teammate Russell Westbrook to a record of 22-11, which would currently have them at the 4th seed. We all know that Harden is a player that can give you 50 on any given night. He has continued to grow offensively and is now probably the hardest player to guard in the league. The Beard is a master at getting to the free throw line. He can shoot threes with the best of them. He is shifty in the paint. He is a great passer. He has no flaws in his offensive game, and it is for these reasons why I believe he should be a Western All-Star starter. Alright, so now that we have Harden, it's time to pick another backcourt player. This one's also really easy. Someone who's in the MVP race, Luka Doncic, and here's why. Luka is having an absolute breakout season, averaging 28.8 points per game, which is 3rd best in the league, 9 assists per game, which is also 3rd best in the league, and 9.5 rebounds per game, on 47.4% shooting and 32.4% shooting from deep. The Luka hype is at an all-time high this season, as he continues to show every night why he should be in the MVP conversation. Luka has led his Dallas Mavericks to a record of 21-11 so far, making them the 5th seed. Not many teams have had answers for Luka this season. An absolute monster offensively, Luka is averaging career highs in almost every category. Everybody expected Luka to improve from last season, but I don't think anybody expected Luka to take this big of a jump. Luka has shown that he is a top superstar in this league, and it is for these reasons why I believe he deserves to be a starter. Alright, so now that we have our backcourt, it's time to select our front court for the Western All-Stars. Here's our selections that we can choose from. Alright, so with my first frontcourt pick for the West, I'm going to be picking Kawhi Leonard, and here's why. Kawhi is averaging an impressive 25.6 points per game, with 7.8 rebounds per game, on 45.5% shooting, and 36.9% shooting from deep. We all know just how talented Kawhi Leonard is. We saw him dominate the playoffs last season, leading the Raptors to ultimately winning a championship. This season, Kawhi has led the deep Clippers alongside his new teammate Paul George to a record of 23-11, making them the current 3rd seed in the West. Kawhi is an amazing offensive and defensive player. He can guard just about anybody on ball and can score on just about anybody. He has played very well with his new team this season and has shown why he is in the conversation for the league's top player. Alright, so we have 2 more selections for the Western frontcourt. These 2 are pretty obvious. For the first of the 2, I'm going to be selecting Anthony Davis, and here's why. AD is having a monster season, averaging 27.3 points per game, 9.3 rebounds per game, and 2.5 blocks per game, on 50% shooting and 28.7% shooting from deep. Anthony Davis proved all the doubters wrong, showing that if you put the right players around him, his team will have success. After many years of losing, AD has finally gone to a new team and is finally having a winning season. He has been an absolute beast offensively. He has been LeBron's #1 option and has mostly been the primary scoring option for the Lakers. He has also been putting on a showcase on defense this season. He is an MVP candidate, and it is for these reasons why I believe Anthony Davis deserves to be an all-star starter. Alright, so we have 4 Western starters. We're only missing 1 more. So for the Western captain, for the last pick, I'm going to be selecting the King, LeBron James, and here's why. LBJ has been nothing short of spectacular this season, averaging 25.1 points per game, a career and league-high 10.8 assists per game, and 7.5 rebounds per game on 48.7% shooting and 34.5% shooting from 3. What else can we expect other than dominance from the King? He has bounced back from his down year that he had last season. This season, he has led the Lakers alongside his dynamic duo Anthony Davis to a record of 26-7, which is currently the first seed in the West. LeBron and AD are playing very well together as expected, and LeBron is having one of the best seasons ever at age 35. This man still continues to define greatness and has shown time and time again why he is still one of, if not the, league's best player. It is for these reasons why I selected LeBron to be my Western Conference captain. Alright, just to list off the Western All-Star starters again. We have the captain, LeBron James. We got James Harden, Luka Doncic. We also got Kawhi Leonard and Anthony Davis. Hey, if you're asking me if these 2 teams were going to play 5-on-5, the Eastern All-Stars would get smoked by the Western All-Stars. But we don't have to worry about that because that's not how it works. Alright, so I'm going to submit my All-Star voting. Here are my picks one last time. Alright, so if you made it to the end of the video, thank you so much. If you could, please like and subscribe and comment any ideas if you have any video ideas that you'd like to see me do. But until next time, this has been EJAB Ball, and I'm out.